I've always loved how you've broken down the early adapters with regards to Russ and SoundCloud. Right, because everybody's like, just put out a song a week and put out 100 of them, and you'll blow up like Russ did. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, well, the reason why it worked for us was because he was actually early to a little platform called SoundCloud. That he was on in 2013, 2012, 2014. And so can you talk about just like that early, being an early adapter to a platform? Just break that down. Because I've talked about it, but I got the idea from you, and I thought it was genius.
Okay. For one, so this is the thing, this is the way that all these tech companies think, right? They benefit from two major things, particularly not all of the tech companies, but particularly when we're talking about social media and things like that, right? Or websites, really. The amount of time you spend on the website, right? And because of that amount of time you spend on that website, we can monetize the attention. Right. So at the beginning of an app, right, like Instagram, people have to be on that app for people to actually enjoy that app. It's all about the best content, the best information that's going to keep people on there longer. So in the beginning, they incentivize dope content to spread virally. You literally have people who, like, even the Shade Room, I remember, I think the founder said that she dropped like one post on the Shade Room and got like 60,000 likes on it, her very first post. And this is not knowing anything about Instagram, not having some hacks, no guru stuff, just dropped, and that was somewhat normal for people early on to the platform. But what happens, so there's this thing called the network effect, right? And that's all about the utility of the actual platform. You can think about it this way. If it was 5 people on Facebook, right? It wouldn't be that useful. Right. But once it hits a certain threshold, the network effect kicks in because there's so many people on it. Right. Then now it's useful. The core use case of social media requires a certain amount of people to be on there so you can mimic society. Right. So once you hit that, then we can scale, and it's a lot less about getting people interested in the platform and things like that. We still want to do that, but we can scale and think about some other things. And then once we have a monopoly where all your friends are on there, you kind of have to go through us to just market your business. We're less about things that benefit you. We got you here now. Now we're like,
we're going to monetize. Now we're going to put the ads in front of you.
Now we're going to suppress organic views and all that stuff. It's not like one button. It happens over time, right? And sometimes it's not even completely intentional from their perspective. Sometimes it's just some of those micro decisions that happen to make, and they, companies are in different, they're different parts of their business lifetime. And just a quick thing while I'm on this subject, what made Facebook work, right, and get to that utility quicker is a similar thing to what artists should do, right, in terms of that targeting of a demographic. Facebook was that way because it started in college. It started at Harvard.
What a niche,
so you quickly got a small amount of people all aware of this thing, and now we can see and we can talk about and be interested. Then spread it to other schools, right, and open up to them. And then once you get a certain threshold, now we can start opening up to other categories and things like that. And many apps have followed that blueprint from Facebook too.
Where do you see an opportunity for artists as a place that they could potentially press into and be early adapters in a space?
Ooh,
hit you with the good questions.
Let's say TikTok.
Okay, why?
TikTok has been around for a year under the name TikTok in the United States. So anybody listening from outside of that, y'all might, if you're in China, TikTok's been around longer. But TikTok merged with Musical.ly August 2018. Before that, I was telling people to get on Musical.ly. One of the big problems that people they didn't understand is, okay, yes, you don't see a lot of people talking about it, but that's probably because you're outside of the demographic. It started as a pretty young, like 15 and under almost, a lot of those kids that were on there, but they're starting to age up, right? You see somebody like Lil Nas X use the platform, right? And it's still cheap and underpriced, right? These are all the things that happen when you have a new platform, right? Easier, you get more attention for less. Everything's underpriced because people don't understand their value, or the leverage in the business just isn't there on that platform yet.
Yeah.
Right. And it's still a year in, and people are smarter, quicker. Right now, influencers are already know there's money can be made. Like they're thinking it's not not like 2007 or something like that.
Right.
However, you still have a lot of those elements here, and and posting or doing something on TikTok today will not be the same as doing something on TikTok 4 months from now, 6 months from now. And and so on and so on.
What are your thoughts on IGTV? Do you think IGTV falls into that category because it's a new feature that it can be a space rappers could take advantage of?
Yeah, so I was big on that. I'm still relatively bullish on that because it's that exact same thing. So what I understood, literally, my sister was I was at her house and I was just like, oh shit, and she was like, what? I was like, man, like I showed her this my phone and it was Instagram and IGTV was on the timeline, right? I don't know if you remember they switched over to that feature.
Yes, yeah.
But I'm so like familiar with how the tech things work and just that lifetime in UX where I was like, this is a game changer because
now the feature is valuable.
Exactly. Before it was a barrier of entry where you have to think about going. Now it just shows up, and then it's almost like a weird ad because once it hits a minute, keep watching, right? But that just makes it so organic and instantly their view. I'm like, oh man, the traffic is going to come in, and looking into the articles and all that stuff that has been true. I don't even think of it as a prediction. It's just understanding how the stuff works. So there is a lot of utility to it now, and it's still a blanker space. However, the one drawback that I've noticed is one, they do allow you to get more. It seems like they suppress views less on IGTV than they do on the news feed. They're still, just nudging. It's all nudging because I'm gonna geek out a little bit, but not all the way. So I'll just say behavior, right? I'm huge on just behavior in general, and it's all about nudging, right? Like nudging, and we can get into product, whatever. But so they make these small things because if you try to make somebody make a big jump, they're going to complain. But you can nudge them there all day, right? Like they say, you drop a frog in some hot water, it jumps out. But if you put it in cold water and slowly let it turn up, it doesn't leave.
A great marketing parallel for
And it's exactly the same with people. So IGTV has been going through that phase, but once again, like I said, in general, Instagram has kind of been suppressing things, and there's just. It's something about it. I think bigger artists moved onto it quicker, but there's something about it where I haven't seen it as great as a platform as I would have thought it would have been for like if I don't have anything at all. You still need to do those. My bad, man. You still need to do those other things in conjunction. Yeah. Right. And it's not something that you could do alone. Right. Right. But yeah, I still love IGTV.
That's good.
Wait. I can't keep you in check, so tell your mama about the tattoos up to your neck. Or wear a collar if it goes with the burgundy kids. And tell your father that your night out wasn't the best from what I see via text. I can't keep you in check, so tell your mama about the tattoos up to your neck.